We'll have a pledge of the flag by Ken.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The regular meeting of the Park Board of the City of Connersville, Indiana is now in session. Please turn your cell phone ringers off. We have a roll call.
Jen Conaway. Present. Jeff Cooley.
Here.
Kenny Burgess.
Here.
Sharon McQueen. Here. And Tom Powers.
Here. We have the reading of the minutes of the June 25th, 2018 meeting. Additions or corrections, anybody?
There was a typo on the second paragraph. It says pinned. It should probably be depinned. That's the only thing I saw.
Okay.
I move that we accept the minutes as presented with that correction.
We got a motion to accept the minutes with that correction. There a second?
I'll
Got a second? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. New business. First thing on the agenda is the vice president election. We have any nominee?
Can I have my board members nominate?
Huh?
You want members nominate?
I believe so.
I will, I guess.
About you, Jim.
I don't care. I don't care either way.
Doesn't matter to me.
I don't want it.
I'll move Jen Conaway be vice president.
Got a motion on the floor,
Sorry
Jen
about that.
Conaway be a vice president. Any other motions? I have a second.
I'll second.
Then seconded, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed?
Congratulations.
Wow.
And next on the agenda is the 2018 Fair Board contract.
This is same as last year, just different dates. Anybody have any comments, questions, concerns? Okay.
Entertain a motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept the 2018 Fair Board contract.
I'll second it.
Been motion and seconded, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
No, not right now.
You need that?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Before we bring up the superintendent's report, I'd like to talk about maybe limiting to the people out there no more than 10 minutes
For the public?
for the public.
Okay. Do we need to make a motion on that?
Yeah.
Can we do that? Can we give a limit on?
Normally it's 5, I think. I believe in most meetings, they get 5 minutes to walk up and speak.
You can do 5 minutes and then extend it 5 minutes if you wanted, if we wanted to.
Right.
That's what I would probably recommend. Then you can, you can kind of do what you need to do.
Okay, entertain a motion.
I move that we limit the public forum remarks to 5 minutes top 10.
Got a motion, have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Superintendent's report.
For the month of June, we brought in $54,246.36 in revenue, which brings our yearly total up to $119,348.11. Our expenditures for the month of June were $120,397.71. Anyone have any questions about that? Do you have anything sports related you want to bring up? Sports pool.
Okay, entertain a motion. Accept the superintendent's report as read.
I'll move that we accept the superintendent's report.
I'll second it.
We have a motion and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Whole business work list.
The security system was installed at the Miller Building. Everything's working great. We also completed the remodel on the tennis court restroom. It looks really great. The guys did a great job. New stalls, new everything. So very nice. Yeah, and then unfortunately, a couple weeks after we did that, we had a small electrical fire about 11 o'clock one night. So luckily, it wasn't anything too crazy. We just had to replace a piece in the ceiling and paint it and fix it and clean up the restroom. So everything's good to go there.
So did it have to do with what they were doing?
I don't know.
It was a fan that had been up there forever, the wire shorted out, and the fire department did a great job. They didn't cut through the roof, nothing, they just seen it in the ceiling, put it out, and it was minimal damage.
And I'd like to think whoever called it in, someone was at the tennis court shelter and they smelled something hot and they called the fire department immediately. Otherwise, we would not have some easy fix, so it'd be a lot bigger. Trying to think what else we did last month. A bunch of stuff. We're also, oh yeah, the dog park is open. We have a name. The fountain should be installed hopefully Friday, maybe Monday.
Is that what they were working on today?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
concrete.
It's just gonna be right outside the dog park. That way it's available for everyone to use, but still close enough if they need to go out and get some water or take their dog out afterwards or whichever. So, yeah, they're working on that now.
Have we had several people register their dogs?
Oh yeah. Do you know about how many we've had?
We have 18 so far.
So, and I think when people ask about it all the time. They'll be walking their dogs by and stop one of us or one of the guys and ask about it. So I think as they see people in there, more people will stop in the office and register. The sign should be done the next couple of weeks for out front. And we do have a sponsor. The Connersville Veterinary Clinic has agreed to sponsor for this year. So we're really grateful for that. And we've also we're working on setting up another shot clinic, hopefully for the same day as our fall festival, which is September 22nd this year. So, yeah. We've been working on just tidying up the park, getting things painted and ready for Fair Week.
Looks good.
Yeah, it does
busy.
look good. I rode my bike through there the other day. It looks really good. Those
doing a
guys
great
have been
job.
working pretty hard.
The fountain is a people fountain also, right?
People and dog, yes.
That's all.
Yes. I mean, I guess another animal could drink out of it too. I don't know.
The squirrels will be drinking out of it.
Probably. And if there are a bunch of dogs around there, they probably won't be around.
Have they fixed the track yet, where they had to go across?
The utility company will be finished with that tomorrow, hooking the rest of that up. But as far as the track goes, it's good to go.
Okay.
That part's done. So
Okay.
I think the fair board, to get ready for their harness racing, they'll just need to do some work for it. But
Okay.
So
work on
why'd
it.
the utilities have to come and work on it? I thought we already had it all done.
Yeah, so we had it done and evidently it wasn't deep enough or some of it got filled in, but they're up there fixing it and getting it done, so we appreciate all of their help.
Didn't they mow under part of it too?
Some of it, yeah. Anyone have any other questions about anything?
Under the very important, I see that still got gutters and Smalley's Lake.
Very neat.
What are we on that?
I didn't hear you. What?
On the ones that's listed on here is very important. It says repair the retaining wall at Smalley's Lake and repair the gutters and clean out the park house.
Smalley's Lake, I don't think we're really gonna repair it. think we're gonna kind of try and backfill it and take that wall out. That was just for an additional parking area, which isn't ever used, to my knowledge, very rarely, so that's the goal for that, and we'll get to it hopefully as soon as everything kind of calms down with the fair and all that other stuff.
What's going on with the windows in the Miller building? That just made me think of that.
They, I had to, evidently it takes several weeks for the glass to come in. I guess when they got it in, they had problems with the sizing of it. They said they'd let me know as soon as possible and get something scheduled, but I mean, hopefully within the next month or so, we'll be getting those replaced.
Whatever happened about the carpet?
Nothing. There wasn't anything we could do. So, yeah, the city attorney worked on it for a good while and just nothing. So I guess we'll just have to deal with it for now.
Okay, any more discussions on anything?
Maybe not in that. I've had before I get to where I can't say anything, I've had two different people come to me about issues. One, and I told them I'd bring it up. One is when you come out of the Roberts building, the concrete sidewalk between the parking lot and the building.
Okay.
It's supposed to be really bad, and they're really upset about that and want it fixed. And when I first looked, I went and looked at the main concrete because I didn't know that's where they were talking, so I didn't get to go over and look at it. But they say it's real bad for people coming out of the Roberts building, especially with canes and walkers, and these are older people, and they're afraid they're going to get hurt because of the sidewalk. So if you can get the guys to go look at that for me.
Cool.
The other is the Liberty Building. I know a guy who came to me over, his little girl ran into a pipe, or what do you call it, part of the structure of the building, yeah. And which they go all the way around the building except for where they're entered, but she's got black eyes from it. And he wondered if we could paint that bar or that crossbar all the way around, or do something. Yeah, do something to make it to where somebody else doesn't do that, because he was worried about it happening to somebody else. So if we could at least look at that. You have to move all the picnic tables out of the way before you get to it, though.
When I was at the Roberts building for Hullabaloo, the permit that's on the wall in the kitchen is out of date. And I thought maybe you'd gotten it done, just hadn't put the new one up. Somebody brought it to my
I got it
attention.
in the Miller building,
Yeah. And as usual, Jeremy was a lot of help.
I just wondered where we were with the second, I haven't heard recently the second phase of the trail. I was back there the other day and noticed you guys had cut down things. Where are we as far as going? I mean, last I knew we had to have the bridge over the, is that still what we're working on?
Yes, we've talked with a local fabricator. He's going to work on it with us, getting us some prices on just even what it would cost.
He's real excited about it.
Just to start from there and see what we're up against and everything, so.
That's what I thought the holdup was. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I did purchase a couple of trail cams to put up there, night vision and everything, so we'll put them up probably sometime next week. That way, if there's any other issues, then we'll be able to go back and look and see.
That bridge is a major ordeal. It's not like just walking across the creek. It's up very high where the trestle used to be, and it's approximately 200 feet across. So it's a big deal to get across that. Which it'll be exciting once it's done.
It says cut 2 entrance ways in 4-foot wide gravel in in the Nickel Plate Trail, where's that at?
It's gonna be at Locke and Kirshner.
So is that what we talked about like several months ago?
Yeah.
So have they started working on that?
No, we
now,
will
or it's
start,
on the list?
yeah, next week. Is the plan. They've been, dig has been called in, we're ready to go, so.
Okay, how are we coming on the contracts on the River's Edge, the contractors?
We had a pre-bid meeting out there last week, and there was some interest. There's people who showed up with, interested in the project. August 6th at the Board of Works meeting is when bids are due, and that's when they'll be opened, and we'll go from there. So
Okay.
set us back a little bit, but hopefully not too bad.
I was at a meeting last night with one of the a couple of tourism people, and they were talking about the bridge, and they said that we should try to get a grant from tourism, so maybe we could do it to put the lights in the bridge.
Okay.
Because the bridge is a tourist attraction, and I mean, it can't hurt. And she mentioned it to me. I didn't ask her about it.
And in the minutes from last meeting, it's talked about Jim Barker and to find out about find out if Park Board or Barker will apply for a bridge grant.
I didn't talk to Jim, but I talked to Daniel, who's another gentleman that works for them, and Bridge Engineering today, and one of their salespeople who kind of tries to find grants and everything like that. And he said, unfortunately, this time, he didn't really know of any substantial grants that we could go after. He gave me some ideas on what to look for and what we can do to kind of maybe set us up for any potential grants that do come along. He just said, there really isn't anything at this time. He did reassure me that, the bridge is fine for several years. Nothing's gonna happen to it. He said just no vehicle traffic, which we put posts in on either end of it just to ensure that no cars drive through it. But he said foot traffic is not a problem. What else did he have to say? Anything?
You talked to Diana Wright, it says.
Yeah, I've talked to her a couple of times about some different projects, and she's aware of this, but I didn't get a chance to talk to her today after I talked to them, so I'll kind of get her in the loop with all that. He said we could ask Indiana Landmarks, but he said most of their grants are very small dollar amounts, like $5,000 or $6,000 here, nothing major, so.
Maybe we could do it in stages.
Maybe on 5,000 or 6,000 per stages.
Yeah.
So the guy we got to come down here that wrote books on,
Jim.
yeah. Are we still keeping up with, I know you haven't talked to him recently, but are we still in contact with him? Is he supposed to get back with us or?
He works for VS Engineering, which are the people I talked to today. So they had communicated about, what I talked to Jim about previously. And like I said, that Daniel that I talked to today came with him to look at the bridge. It was a few months ago. So I've tried reaching out to him several times and he just hasn't gotten back with me. So that's why I called Daniel to see, what was going on with everything. So.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to push somehow to get things moving.
Steps at the police building, have they been,
Steve has worked on them a little bit, but he needs to go back over and kind of
Okay.
finish them up.
'cause I know the fair starts,
Yeah,
Is it used during Fair Week?
no.
Every now and then someone will climb up there to sit. Just
But
it's
nobody
not-
actually uses the building.
No. Mm-mm.
more.
I had a question about, it's an issue with our new lead man. How it seems like when there's a plumbing problem, he'll call the plumber. Or if there's an electrical problem, he'll call the electrician instead of trying to get our guys to fix it first. Is there anything we can do about that to make sure that we can't fix it first? Just like the relay at the pool. You know, I know Steve has fixed that in the past himself and rebuilt the relay. This time it was broke, but yet Pete just called Powell's to come in and do it. And then it took, that's what I was told. And then it took, a week before they even came up and worked on it.
I want to say maybe Steve was off that day when they came to look at it. Maybe not. I don't know. But we didn't know what was wrong with the slide. We didn't know if it was a plumbing thing or electrical thing. And they had to wait on parts to get in to fix it. So that's why it took a week. But yeah.
Okay.
Should the group leader, should he be calling the electrician or plumber, or should somebody?
That's kind of what we've done the whole time. We've had a group leader, that's what they do.
Either one of us would call, him or I, so.
Kenny, what did we find out from Spear about the splash pad? Did you get any good information on that?
About why it keeps,
No, I thought we were trying to think about expanding that too.
He gave us some ideas
Yeah.
that seemed like it cost a lot of money. We would want to do something small and simple that we could possibly afford, and it just kept going into something bigger and bigger. So,
anything with a pool costs a lot of money.
and so if we can get a grant, then we can get something, but we'd have to start with the grant first. But what I keep pushing is we've got so much concrete over there. It used to be pool. When you come out of the pool building, used to you'd step right into the pool just basically, and now it's 60 feet before you get to the pool. So that pool we've got now is like less than a third the size of our old pool.
Well, now we got a 25-meter pool. We used to have a 50-meter pool.
Yeah. And then part of that pool is actually a landing area for the slides, so that's not really usable for swimming. And so it just seems like there's a lot of land there that we could use, and we probably should have used when we built that pool, even if it's a waiting area or a bigger splash pad for kids. He did talk about having a splash pad. You could build a separate splash pad just to the north of the concrete there in the grass. He kept pushing that. If we did that, you could fence it off or divide it up to where you could actually open it up to the public when the pool's not open. And it'd be free to where anybody could use it, because you don't have to have lifeguards then.
And so we could extend the months it's open.
Right, and that made a lot of sense. I like that. But then if you do that, you can actually put it anywhere. You could put it anywhere in the park. So
Or any of the parks.
right. So, but yeah, there's ideas.
I think that would be interesting to have down at River's Edge when we're a splash pad down there
It would.
for the younger kids.
Where you just leave it open during the day. He said they even most of them leave them open until the 1st of October.
The one downtown
Depending on the
Cincinnati
weather.
is 10 in the morning and 10 at night. And I mean, there's always people playing there.
Oh, yeah.
It's neat as can be, man.
Oh, I'm sure people love it. It just costs money.
That it on the old business? Okay, claims including payroll.
Any questions? All right, good.
Dave's not here. Somebody's gonna have to jump in
Just
here.
over.
That's good.
I hate to see Dave's not here. Dave was a good board member, so, I mean, he had some health problems, so I think it's good for him to step back maybe.
I'm happy to see the utilities bill go down. So whatever the problem was that we fixed, all the different things that we fixed.
All the things.
Yeah.
Apparently we fixed it.
Somewhere
And so-
along the line, we got it.
Good.
So far.
Yeah, I mean, because we still have over 50% of our budget left, so find it, good.
Which is good since we're about halfway through.
Right.
All over.
Yeah, yeah, a little over.
Well, next month's will be
I make a motion that we accept the expenditures. And my notes in front of me.
We have a
And
motion-
payroll.
We have a motion on accepting the claims including payroll. Have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried.
I thought
Do we
Brian
have
said he was
anybody out
gonna be
in the
here
audience?
today.
You're in public forum.
Okay,
Are we okay with the budget? We need to start
Yes.
working on the budget.
I've been talking with Rosemary about it, so if anyone wants to sit down and talk with me about it, that's a welcome.
I think
so-
we need to, I talked to the mayor about even the tennis courts, and we've got to get tennis courts in the budget this year, whether they pay for them or not. Those tennis courts are a mess, and it's not our fault because we just don't have the money to pay for them. And we just keep trying and trying to patch them, and it's just not working. And they need repaved and restriped and, get some pickleball courts over there that are permanent and
Or do we just need to do away with the tennis
No.
courts and go somewhere else?
yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, 'cause I live up by the high school, and that's basically where
Where they go.
everybody plays now.
That's what I said.
I mean, I don't know
Since they put
that,
the new courts
Yeah.
in up there, most people go up there.
and I'm not sure that that space couldn't be used for something. I mean, I know the pickleball, I talked to the pickleball people the other day, they'd be ecstatic about that. And they had, I think there were 20 people playing there the other day.
Apparently you get started and you get obsessed.
You do. I was riding my bike through there and they stopped me and said, hey, you want to?
Well, right now, we're letting them use the two
Yeah,
east
yeah.
tennis courts, right, for four pickleball courts, and that's working out well.
It
isn't
is.
But the way I would think would be to leave 2 tennis courts and then turn those into permanent pickleball courts. I think that would probably be the best way, and actually stripe them for pickleball courts. I mean, unless you guys have a different opinion, but what do you think, Daryl?
Shuffleboard also.
Shuffle, yeah, well,
A lot of
yeah.
requests.
I know, I've been to that, and there's a lot of things we can
Yeah,
do over
there's
there.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
different uses. I just don't know that tennis is even nearly as popular as it used to be.
The building that's over there by the horseshoe courts, I've talked to Steve about that numerous times, and we don't get to use that. Is that right? Can you explain this?
I was told by the previous superintendent who had been there for 14 years, he has never had a key for that.
And who is the horseshoe people
Yes.
that supposedly say
That's
that they
their building,
that's
or something
their
like
building?
that.
Yeah. So I think we need to get in it one way or the other, and
Yeah. Do they take care of their?
Is it a lease just like the gun club mo?
I've never seen a
million
lease
years
paper
for
on
$1.
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't mean it doesn't exist, so.
Now, do they do all their? Or do we take care of the pits and things?
No, I
They
mean,
do
we mow it,
themselves. We
but,
mow it, but they take care of all.
yeah.
Let's see, there's some old shuffleboard courts right there, aren't they?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's 2 right next to, just
It
between
looks
the
like they
2.
should have been, yes.
Yeah, that's what we think. So that is what would be good to turn those into shuffleboard courts, because they're not used for anything anyway.
We'd like to turn a couple of them into cornhole courts also.
Right.
Like almost a cement cornhole with a
Well,
platform on it.
yeah, we found those, and he can make it to where it's like rubberized to where it won't tear them up. And so, yeah, we can do that. And I don't think it'd cost that much money. We just have to basically do it. So,
Have more choices.
yeah.
Put money in the budget for it.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to get working on the budget.
anybody else?
This is amazing.
You guys keep scheduling this on my birthday. Last year it was my birthday.
Oh, now we know things again.
Oh, here we go.
I had to leave my party just to come over here and do that.
Hate when that
Okay, ready? Sing happy birthday.
I don't think anybody wants to hear that.
You go ahead, Tom, just solo.
That's all right.
Come on, solo.
Happy birthday to
Thank you.
Not bad.
Happy birthday.
Are we done?
Happy birthday, kid.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, Kenny. Happy birthday.
Thought he forgot your name.
to you.
That's right. Took him a second, didn't it?
At least he did it.
Okay. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second.
Been motion and seconded. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned.